Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Kitty G, and I'm back again with another video. How is everybody doing today? Yes. So today is going to be an interactive live. What we're going to do is we're going to have a preview to the game. You guys can jump on, have your say, and do me a favor, guys. If you're watching on Facebook, or you're watching on YouTube, or you're watching on Twitch, wherever you're watching, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that upvote, hit whatever you need to do to help out the channel. That'll be greatly appreciated. And I'm just gonna put the link to the video in the chat on Facebook, so you guys can join on in. The link's right there, and have everyone on Facebook come join us for the rest of the video on YouTube. Now, shout out to the people watching on YouTube. You guys are the bread and butter. Do me a favor, guys, smash that like button and let's get this show started. Today, what we're going to be talking about is, you know what? We're going to be talking about Arsenal, the Gunners versus Aston Villa, a team that beat us twice last season. They did the double of us last season. They beat us convincingly at home. They piped us. They got a clean sheet in 3 of their last games against us, winning 2 of their home games with clean sheets. I think the first one was 1-0. The second one was the one where what's his name scored the opening goal in like the first couple of seconds, where Cedric gave the ball away and we conceded a silly goal. Honestly, that game was mad because Lacazette should have been given a penalty. There should have been a red card for Konsa. There were so many things that happened in that game away from home. And the game at home, where Rob Holding was moving like a dumbass and you had other guys moving silly, and we conceded 3 goals at home. We got piped at home by Aston Villa. That was one of the lowest points of the season last year. The videos of 11 men behind the ball at home versus Aston Villa, which was at the time an inferior side. Let's be honest. It's just mad. And Arsenal, the inconsistencies ebbing and flowing every single week. It's crazy. But yeah, there's a lot of things to get into. There's an Arsenal press conference. There's some things interesting things were said by Arteta. We're going to talk about Lacazette. We got to talk about Gabriel Martinelli. We got to talk about Pepe. We got to talk about the starting lineup. We're going to get into everything right now. But before we get started, how are you guys feeling going into the game versus Aston Villa? How are you guys feeling? How do you think we're going to do? Do you think we can win? Do you think we're going to lose? What do you think is going to happen? I want to know from you guys. What do you think is going to happen? Because depending on how you guys feel, it will help me gauge the room and to find out how people actually feel going into this game, how confident people are going into this game. It will give me a little bit of an understanding how people actually feel. Because right now, I'm not that confident. And I feel like I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst. Personally, I'm expecting the worst, hoping for the best. That's really what it is. That's really what it is at times, because you can't expect anything more than that. At this point, Arsenal has been a shell of ourselves. We have been absolutely horrendous. We've constantly made mistakes, and I think we're going to continue to do that. But yeah, let me just change the scenery quickly. And what's going on? There we go. You guys can see me now. Okay, so let's get the show started. The Arsenal lineup. We know what the Arsenal lineup is going to have. Arsenal lineup is going to be very, very shaked up this time. I think the Arsenal lineup is going to be very much shaked up. I think we're going to have a completely different lineup. But first, let me go through some of your comments to see what you guys are saying, how you guys are feeling. Big up my guy, Ruhan in the house. Yo, Semantics FC in the chat saying, big up Iga, Busy Ben White out. Okay, so you don't like Ben White. Arteta out also. 2-0 Villa, 1-0 Villa. 2-1 Villa, 1-1 draw. Big up my guy Fantasy Pavel doing his thing. Who else we got here? The mighty Aston Villa. Stop it. First one, you lost 3-0. No, technically we lost the first game 1-0 away from home. The first game that we lost from them was the year to save them from relegation. Big up, Belasi. Yeah. Big up. We got Leon Bailey's going to show up, Let's see. Is Leon Bailey going to show up? I don't know, man. I feel like Leon Bailey is an injury risk. Let's see. Let's see what's going on with Leon Bailey. Let's see what's going on with Leon Bailey. 1 second. 1 second. Shout out to the people in the chat doing their thing. Big up to the people just joining us right now. If you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and like that goddamn video, people. Anyways, let's go to this. Let's see what's going on here. What's going on here? Let me just then that thing. And it looks like Bailey is a doubt. He's an injury doubt. Who do we have out? Kieran Tierney is a doubt. So is Saka. But I think both of them will play. Team news is that Granit Xhaka is confirmed out, of course. Bukayo Saka is a major doubt, but he's back in training, so he should be okay. Kieran Tierney also needs to be assessed, but you know what? I think he will be okay. Nicolas, Pepe, and Lacazette are on standby to replace Bukayo Saka if anything happens, okay? You got Sambi Lokonga is definitely an option for Arteta to play next to Partey, but we're also talking about we're also talking about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We also got so many other guys who could jump in. Jonathan's in the chat. Jonathan, what's going on?
What's going on, bro?
Kicking it, man. Yeah, so as I'm just getting through this, and let's see what they predicted. They're saying Arsenal have seen over 2.5 goals in their last 11 home games. That's either us scoring or them scoring. You have over 2.85 goals in 7 of the last 8 Aston Villa games. Aston Villa have kept a clean sheet in 3 of their last games in all competitions versus Arsenal, as I already said. Aston Villa have won both halves in the 3 of their last games versus Arsenal in all competition. Oh my God. Aston Villa have won 3 of their last matches against Arsenal in all competitions, as we just said. And Arsenal are undefeated in their last 5 home games. So something's going to end. Either our undefeated streak is going to end or Aston Villa's winning streak is going to end. And they're saying Arsenal are going to draw versus Aston Villa 2-2. That's what these experts are predicting. So let's see how it actually goes. Let's see how that actually goes out, how that happens, what ends up happening. But yeah, Jonathan, what are you saying for the game? How you feeling going into it?
I believe it depends on what Arteta actually picks. For me, the Odegaard and Smith Rowe thing, for me, it doesn't work in the team. Now, if you really go ahead and really check the stats and check each time Odegaard at number 10 or Smith Rowe on the wing, or both of them at number 8, you will realize that the matches we win is just the Tottenham game. The one from last year and the one from this year. So each time both of them play, it actually does work. So I'm not sure why Arteta keep persisting with it. I understand that it's his players and he want both of them to play, but it is evident. And if you do your research right now, you're going to see that each time both of them in the starting lineup is only the Tottenham match we actually won. Right? Now, for me, I believe that we should just make a massive change in the players that actually not performing well. One, Tierney, for me, is not performing good. And I will even try to bring Tavares. I would probably stick with Tierney for now, but in my mind, I believe that Tavares even deserve a chance. For me, the midfield is getting running through. So what I would do, you remember, even though Wimbledon is not a great team, it's a beater team, but the match that I've seen, the combination of Lacazette, Ainsley, and Partey was pretty good to me, and I would start that 3, right? In the attack, I would start Obama on the left, Laka up top, and Martinelli on the right wing. So if I believe if Arteta he make a different change and stop trying to start his favorite, I believe we're going to have a chance.
Okay. So yeah, so we're going to get into the lineups a little bit later, but just before we get into the lineups, there's a couple more things that we have to talk about. Like, I don't know if you've seen Arteta's press conference, but he spoke about Saka, and Saka's now fit. So that's a massive, massive boost to our chances in this game. Do you think Saka's going to start in this game? And people in the chat, do you think Saka, now being fit, he will be playing in this game? What do you think?
And that's where it is. That's a lack of coaching, a lack of confidence in the other players because how can you rest your old your old thinking or your old team and a 20-year-old you, right?
Mm.
Saka have one goal. That's not impressive to say, one Saka is fit, he's going to start. You have one goal, brother. Smith Rowe, one goal. Odegaard, one goal. So all of you can be benched to me. And I believe that if he bench these players and let them fight for their spot, I believe you may can see a different in performance because they're going to believe that, I want to get back into the team. It just seems as if that once they're in the team, they're first choice. And players that with one goal should never be first choice for me. And right now I would bench Saka for maybe 2-3 games because a lot of person is saying that Andy right when he's playing good. Yes, he's playing okay, but yet he's still not creating nothing. He's still
No,
not
but
scoring.
this is the thing, Samuel. We're talking about Bukayo Saka is back in training. Does he start for you in this game? And people in the chat, let me know. Does he start for you? Someone here said drop Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. We'll get onto
Yeah,
that later in the video. We'll get onto Emil Smith Rowe. He should be playing. What a front two. Arteta should never. Arteta would never be brave enough. Yeah, he needs to rest. What about you, Samuel? What are you saying? You resting him?
You know what? I think if there's going to be a risk, obviously, tonight with him, and the schedule's looking a little bleak. We've got a midweek game against Leeds. We've got Leicester next week. So if there's a risk, I'm not taking no risk. I'll drop Saka and play Gabriel Martinelli on the left wing today. As for Smith Rowe, he did nothing to warrant him starting today, tonight against Aston Villa. I don't think he did good enough on Monday night. So I'll definitely start Martin Odegaard over him. We just need a change in creativity and in the team.
Off the Kaibo says off the bench, and if you guys don't know where Kaibo's from, he's from Yu-Gi-Oh! And then you got Saka is poor at the moment. Saka has been poor. If you guys want to call in, you can call in and join the chat. Now, next thing, guys, we need to talk about this. This is actually a very, very big deal. Arteta recently spoke about Steve Bruce. Have you seen what he said about Steve Bruce, guys?
What the IA talk? Yeah, let's pull it up.
Listen to this. Listen to this. Arteta on Steve Bruce, okay? Arteta on Steve Bruce. Well, it's really sad reading the statement from Steve Bruce. He is someone who's been in management for over 40 years and managed over 1,000 games, telling you their experiences and their struggles with the kind of abuse which I think is never acceptable, right? We have taken granted things what we can take for granted that things are the way that they are. No, we have to improve and change them. I think we have to think about one of the most experienced managers in English football telling you something about their struggles, and it's a very serious statement, and we have to change. I feel like when he was talking about Steve Bruce and the situation and the abuse that he came across, everything and all the abuse that he came across, I feel like it's definitely he was speaking about himself. I feel
Yeah.
like he's genuinely talking about himself. I don't feel like he was just talking about Steve Bruce. I feel like his statement came across as if he was whistleblowing to the Arsenal fans to treat him better. What do you guys think?
Yeah, on that, I mean, listen, I'm gonna go to the game tonight. But the previous games that I've been to, bar the Tottenham one, there's always been someone in the background. Or, when it comes up to these pre-match interviews, there's always someone in the background, at least one person saying Arteta out. Someone saying get out of the club. The only exemption was the Tottenham game, where no one really said anything to him. He just got run under applause. But I can kind of see it annoys him, and it should. So obviously, have we been too harsh on him? Maybe we have, maybe we haven't. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I don't want to sound a little bit too rude or taking mental health for granted, but I don't. How can I put this in a way that's not rude or ignorant? Is that it's a results business, bro. Like literally, if you're doing well, I guarantee you won't be getting this much stick. But any personal or family abuse, I don't think it's warranted. Just criticize the performance or criticize the performance of the manager, not his family or anything else. Just the performance. That's the only thing we can criticize.
Jonathan, do you feel like Arteta was speaking about himself and the abuse that he receives from fans?
Well, for me, I put it this way. I do not agree with person trying to abuse other family members and such. However, if you realize, Igal, it's only the shit managers always have this complaint, to be honest. Look at for example, look at Graham Potter at Brighton. You will never see a poster on Graham Potter out because he's doing over the limit, right? I mean, all respect to Steve Bruce, he's been a manager for a long time, but he's been a shit manager also. So eventually, fans is going to fed up. And bro, we all know that Mikel Arteta is about himself because he's a very egoistic person. So, you know, he basically speak on certain things which is evidence to show that he want fans to, you know, be a little bit lenient. But watch here, if I get better result, eventually the lenience will grow. So that's my say on it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ian Wright recently said something about his concerns about the Arsenal players and personnel, specifically Ben White and Pepe. Are we concerned about Ben White and Pepe? And is Ian Wright correct in his analysis to be concerned about these two individuals? Oh, this is a new thing. I've never seen this before.
What the hell is it?
You can do that. I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. Okay, continue. Anyways, what are you guys saying?
Hello?
Are you there? Can you see?
Yeah,
me?
I'm here. Yeah. I can see it now. Because
Okay.
I saw some.
So, Ian Wright, do you have a given program?
No, you have to buy it.
No, you have to buy them. This guy is talking what? Taking what you're working?
I don't know what it means by that.
Okay, I'm so confused. Okay, so Ian Wright recently said that he's concerned about Ben White's adjustment to Arsenal and how he hasn't adjusted right away, and he's very concerned about Pepe. And also, another former Arsenal legend in Robert Perez has said that he feels like Pepe is not a Premier League player, and he's not cut out for the Premier League. Is Pepe an issue? What is your honest opinions of Pepe, guys? I want to know.
I'll go first. I think every time I see this guy get the ball, drive, and then he just loses it, bro. Like every time you see Pepe on the ball, he does something. It's just frustrating to watch because you know the talent is there, but I don't think he has the attitude or state of mind to succeed at Arsenal. You know, I think if we're being honest, Igal, he hasn't lived up to expectations, bro. We paid 70 million for this guy, and we should be expecting at bare minimum at least 14 goals, 10 assists a season, and we're not even getting that. So obviously, this is a big issue. I think as of right now, I know both him and Saka have been pulled, but we've got to bring Martinelli into this team. Because remember last season when we were playing these Saka and Pepe and they were pulled, and Martinelli came and we beat Chelsea and went on like a 6-game winning run. So obviously, I think a change is required. And I think he should go on the bench for a little bit and just have a period of self-reflection.
What about you, Jonathan? Nicolas Pepe, is he good, bad, or are you indifferent?
I'm indifferent because it is funny, Igal. Everyone always pick out specific persons, right? Now, everyone always pick out the Pepe agenda, and no one pick out the Arteta agenda. For instance, Ian Wright, he is having issue with, the Pepe and the Ben White. But why didn't he mention Arteta? Because at the end of the day, these players were playing good before they reached to Arsenal. Thomas Partey. Right now, I'm having big concern about Thomas Partey, bro. Right? Thomas Partey was excellent at Atletico Madrid. Now, all of a sudden, he looked like a shadow of himself. I'm sure that is not just Thomas Partey. You have to look at the manager, right? Now, I was looking back at some lineup for this week against Aston Villa, and most person, Jack Nicolas Pepe, and you see the other guy, the Trent and the Smith Rowe in the team. Now, both of them is not even contributing. No, both of them is not even contributing half of what Nicolas Pepe is doing, regardless of him losing the ball, because he's always trying things to me. And Odegaard, bro, he's gone missing. I've not seen him, but yet still people want him in the team. While a Nicolas Pepe, which is losing the ball, yet still can contribute to either 2 assists or a goal. For me, I just believe that Arteta is setting up some of these players to fail, because each time I see Nicolas Pepe, bro, the man is basically defending the right back position, right? He's never in a position where you know that Nicolas Pepe is one of the better goal scorer for us. He's never in a position where he can get a chance to score. For example, one of the chances, which Emil Smith Rowe, you know, the Cried and De Bruyne, right? When we
Cried and
scored,
De Bruyne.
yeah, the so-called Cried and De Bruyne. When we score the first goal, there was a next chance where Emil Smith Rowe should just slip in Nicolas Pepe, and what he do? He take a shot for himself. But no one will look at that to say that, watch here, Emil Smith Rowe is not ready.
Listen, sorry.
Big
So,
up GGTV for you. Hope you're doing well, man. Road to recovery. Hopefully you're well.
Big
Aslan,
up.
to Aslan.
We got
Igal.
I gotta go head to the Emirates right now. I'm gonna head to the Emirates, bro. I'll see
Score
you
prediction,
soon.
bro.
Before we gotta slap him up, all right? Because I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal, bro. Same as Monday, 2-0. Big up the gal, bro.
Bless, bro. If you want to give me a call halftime, call me. Yo, shout out to people who want to join. I personally think, bro, Nicolas Pepe, in my opinion, Nicolas Pepe has been underused, underappreciated, and mismanaged in his time at Arsenal. From the beginning till now, he has not been played in with a proper right back. He has not been played with people who complement him. And when he plays, he's constantly making the correct runs and not being found with the correct pass. I personally feel like it is embarrassing what we've done to a 72 million pound talent, absolute great player that we acquired on our hands, but we don't know how to use him. We don't know how to use him. It's almost like giving a Ferrari to a 16-year-old who doesn't know how to drive. What is he going to use? What is he going to do with the car? It's there for show. It's absolutely. I personally feel like a lot of people are making fun of Pepe because he's not scoring, but realistically, he's not scoring because of other extremities and circumstances. I see Dizzy barfing. I see people getting mad. He don't know how to use him. Arteta doesn't know how to use him. Yeah, I agree. I think barfing about Pepe is kind of immature. Come on. Thanks, my brother. Yo, TV for you. If you want to jump on, the link is in the chat. Just jump on. Iga, you describe oil having a key to Ronaldo. What? Ole? What? I'm so confused. Okay. Go ahead, Azan. What do you think about Pepe, bro? Do you agree with me? Because I feel like personally, everyone's on Pepe's case, but it's not his fault. He can only do so much if he's not given the opportunity, and when he is given the opportunity, it's constantly in a terrible circumstances.
Bro, you know my thoughts on Pepe, man. I mean, look, firstly, what's good, Igal? I hope you're well. Big up Jonathan and everyone in the chat box. Look, everyone knows my thoughts on Pepe, man. Look, I understand he is frustrating at times, but I just feel. Yeah, like look, in the two seasons that he's with us, this being his third season, he hasn't had been able to build a partnership. You know, he's played on the 4 different right backs. And look, I understand for a player of his talent and his ability, and you know, like with what we paid for him, and you know, the season that he had at Lille, at Ligue 1, you know, like we expected big things because he's currently our club's transfer record signing. So, but yeah, you know, like I just feel like this current manager, I just feel he's got him under like a tight leash. Like he's got the handbrake up with him. You know, like he's under too much instructions. And just like the team as a whole, like he micromanages them too much, in my opinion. And yeah, like with Pepe, I just feel, for a guy with such ability and how techie he is, I just feel there's a lot more for him to offer. But I just feel he's just being mismanaged by the manager. That's what I feel it comes down to. And in the close to 2 years of him being here, I just feel his confidence is just at an all-time low. Even though he was getting outpicked, out-selected by Willian last season, but towards the end, like the last 3 games, was it Palace away, Norwich at home, Brighton at home? Those goals, yes, they were literally in the last few games of the season, but those goals were vital. If it wasn't for those goals, the manager wouldn't have placed 8th again last season. So look, I just feel Pepe, as much as he's had a poor start to the season, we need to stick with him. Like the amount of chances that Willian got last season, like he was hardly dropped. We need to stick with Pepe. We need for him to build up his confidence and hopefully hit the ground running, and like make sure his goals actually come good and give us the maximum points.
Mm-hmm. All right, big up Mo. Mo's in the house. Mo, where do you stand on Pepe, bro? And welcome to the channel. Big up to you.
Thank you for having me, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Oh, big up Mo, big up Mo.
What are you saying, Aslan? Where do I stand on Pepe? I think he's a good player, but a frustrating one. And I believe that, given the way that we play and the fact that Arteta needs technical security in the team, I just feel like it's not the right situation for him. He also.
Hello, your audio cut out.
Sorry, bro, I had a phone call. But yeah, I feel like his presence in the team means that 3 other players play out of position, and I think that's what's been killing us lately. Smith Rowe is a left-sided player for me. He's not a 10. Odegaard for me is not a pivot player, and Saka for me obviously is not a player on the left. So it's not that it's Pepe's fault, but his presence means that the team is imbalanced, in my opinion. And I wish him well. I hope he goes to a team that he's better suited to.
There you go. So everyone here is saying either he's mismanaged, but is anyone here saying he's just a bad player? No, right? We all can acknowledge that he's a good player, because on social media, all I hear nowadays is he's a terrible player.
He's not a terrible player. I think he's we're not playing him to his strengths, and I understand it both from the coach's perspective and from his perspective. It's just not a happy marriage.
Hey guys, let me say this one last thing about Nicolas Pepe.
Yeah.
2 examples. Marcelo Bielsa, right?
Yeah.
Marcelo Bielsa had Pepe, and Marcelo Bielsa had Eddie Nketiah. Which one of them he actually uses? It was Nicolas Pepe at Lille. And if Nicolas Pepe was such a bad player, the level of coaching Marcelo Bielsa have, he would never use a Nicolas Pepe, right? Yes, still he used him. Look at Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah wasn't at the level of even replacing what is the striker name? Bamford. And he's sending back to Arsenal. So it show you it's just about the coaching, bro. Once you have a proper coach that can deal with certain talent, they will find the best out of you and put you in the best position, because Nicolas Pepe is a player that needs to be close to the goal, because he's a very good goal scorer. Yes, still Arteta is using him as a right wing back or something. So that's my.
We got Lisa here. Lisa, are you a Pepe? Are you one of these people who like Pepe, or what's your stance on him? What's your opinion on him as a player so far?
I would sell him for $5.
Say it again.
I would sell him off for $5 at this point.
Don't you think that's a little bit too reactionary?
No, I just think that we just gotta swallow our pride and be like, we took an L. Knowing that type of money that we spent on him, you would think that he's been here for like 3 seasons now, or 2.5 seasons. You would think that he would produce to the level that we expected. especially how he performed in the league, or what's called the French league, and then coming to the Premier League. It's just one of those things where my patience is just kind of like being tested to this point, where every time I watch him, like, I'm not one of those people that would talk like really bad about players, but it's just one of those things where I just know or what to expect with him. So it's just like, just ship him off. If we can get money off him, it is what it is, and we keep him moving.
Okay, next topic, Lacazette. Just a running order. Who actually would start Lacazette against Aston Villa and who wouldn't? We're not asking to go through your whole lineup, just Lacazette right now, because Arteta has spoken about how he could use Lacazette in this game. He's spoken about the fact that he might be interested in keeping Lacazette involved in the team, and he also is looking one eye ahead at what's going to be happening with AFCON, and he knows that he needs to keep him a little bit happy. So he said, in other words, anything can happen when it comes to his contract. So what do you guys think? Lacazette. I'm not saying he's getting a new contract, by the way. It's just to keep the player happy, you need to put those things out there sometimes. So he's keeping him motivated to play well for a new deal or for Arsenal. What are you guys saying? Lacazette against Aston Villa. Are you starting him? Jonathan?
Absolutely, bro. Lacazette is always in my team, regardless.
So Lacazette starting for you in the team. Is he one of the first names in the team sheet for you?
No, not say first name, but with the options that we have, I would never start a Smith Rowe, Odegaard, or even a Saka over Lacazette, because I know that Lacazette.
That's cute.
I know that Lacazette would always give you a chance.
Like, Jonathan, you got bigger things to worry about. Don't worry. Daddy duties. Then you got where'd Mo go? Mo just left. Lisa, what are you saying? You starting Saka? You starting Lacazette?
No, this is a hard one for me personally, even the form that Lacazette's in, because like Aubameyang is finally hitting his form. So I think it depends on the style of play. If we're gonna, I think it's a speed. You know what? I think I'll go with Aubameyang for like a good 60 to 70 minute, and then swap to kind of control the tempo of the game.
How about this, guys? Let's just go into our actual team, because I'm thinking I've noticed we're all saying our teams, so I might as well just do it from the actual team from the jump. Everyone can agree with me that it's going to be the same back line and goalkeeper, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Aslan, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Jonathan?
Jonathan? I would put a pin. Actually, as I was explaining to you earlier, I just feel like Tierney is not doing enough right now, so I would probably try Tavares.
Okay, so that's the only person you're changing. Is anybody else categorically changing anything in that back line besides maybe Tierney?
I agree with the last speaker. I'm also bringing in Tavares for this game.
100% bringing in Tavares, or like 50-50?
No, 100%, because Tierney has had a poor start to the season, and I feel like Tavares is chomping at the bit, and I've been watching him on international duty as well, and he's been playing really well, so I want to see him play for Arsenal for a couple of games.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do this lineup now. So the only thing that we have to change now, 1 second, let me just get this artwork done. Where is it? Predicted 11. Where is it? Yo, people, tell me your predicted 11 in the chat while you're at it, so we can go through it. So as a group, we're gonna go through this, okay, guys? So Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu guarantee, Ben White, Gabriel, and how many people are here saying Tierney? How many people are here saying Tavares? And just so you guys know, Tierney is going into this game with doubts. They're saying Tierney was also assessed after finishing Monday's match with a problem. Tavares is now on standby and could start. So Tierney has had fitness issue in the last game. I think playing him so soon after having 2 fitness issues back to back, it might be actually a smart idea to play Tavares. I'm down for it. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
And also, does Aston Villa have anyone who can bother us? You got Traore's out and things out also, no?
What about Bailey? Wouldn't Bailey be attacking down that right side?
No, they're not gonna play with wings. They're gonna play Watkins, Ings, and Bindia in behind. The way they play a 3-4-3. So based on that,
for me personally, I don't think today is the game to introduce Tavares. If Arteta does, I feel it's a risk.
Okay, if Arteta does, you feel like it's a risk. Let's see what people in the chat are saying. I don't know. Azan's got to talk about Benny Blanco. Talk to me about your Benny Blanco, bro, because guys are saying shit.
Why not allow me, man? Now, look, the reason why I came up with the name of Benny Blanco for Ben White was just purely the fact that because at the time, throughout the summer, like when we all linked to him, it was because like he was catching heat. And look, I said it on record that I hadn't watched Ben White that much whilst he was at Brighton, or even when he was on loan to Leeds. And so I translated his name to Spanish. Just it was a light-hearted thing. Do you know what I mean? So like because of what we paid for him, like that was the reasons behind that. And look, I had my doubts because I watched like compilations videos of him, like many of us do, because that is like the latest trend now on YouTube. Because whenever a player is linked to a particular club, or in this case our club, like we tune into YouTube and watch these compilation videos, and I understand you got to take them with a pinch of salt. But like even when I was watching those comps, I'll be real with you, I wasn't really convinced either. But at the end of the day, we signed him, and I'm willing to allow him or give him a chance, like to prove me wrong, or like whatever I didn't know much about. I wanted to see him do well in an Arsenal shirt. Unfortunately, like he has had a shaky start, but all we can do as Arsenal fans is hope that he comes good. So like, especially with the money that we've invested in him.
Okay.
Let's see.
Guys, today is Lukonga's birthday, and since we are Semantics FC, are we gonna give Lukonga a start? Honest.
I'm saying no for me.
No, it's a no for me because he's not ready, and we have to protect him from himself sometimes, because he's very, very ambitious, and I feel like Arteta saw how he struggled against Brighton. He also gave the ball away for the second goal against Palace. So at the moment he's struggling a little bit, and I think when that happens as a manager, you've got to protect the player, and I think that he should sit down for a bit.
Quick question: a formation change to a back three, would that make sense in this game, going up against a team that's playing with a 3-4-3?
No, because I think that the only reason you would go back to a back three is if your defense is a bit dodgy, and our defense is probably our biggest strength right now, and that's gonna in a way enhance our creativity and knowing that's our biggest problem. So it's one of those things. There's no point of trying to fix something that's already kind of good enough. It's just now the connections between the midfield and the attack to be all in like a formation.
I hear that. Okay, I can see that. Also, it is Arsene Wenger's birthday. Arsene Wenger, the legendary Arsenal manager, who at the time was touted as Arsenal's greatest ever manager, but obviously people are now saying, you know what, they're not giving him the credit that he deserves because of how the season's ended. This is a man who managed us for over 828 games in the league, won 476 of them, won 3 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 7 Community Shields, 3 Managers of the Month, and this was a guy who absolutely revolutionized the English game. So anybody who doesn't respect him, I don't know what to say to you. He did end his tenure at Arsenal a villain, but you know what? Every hero, how does it go? Every hero eventually will turn into a villain or something like that. Something like that. You stay long enough, you'll end up turning into a villain eventually. I messed up the quote, but you know what I mean, guys. Let's just give Arsene Wenger a little bit of respect here. Everybody here, what was your greatest moment or like memory of Arsene Wenger?
So I wasn't really raised on like the Invincibles or anything like that. So I came into the game late. I think when we had the trophy drought and we lifted the FA Cup, I think that was, for me, like as a fan, was probably the proudest moment for the time being, and it's just been downhill of like anger, sadness. Yeah,
When we picked him up in the crowd.
in the crowd, yeah. Or when he got sent to the stands, when he got what's called the booking, and he had to stand on top of the fans. Yeah.
What? Yeah. That was funny. That was very funny. Old Trafford, crazy. But yeah, Mo, what about you?
Well, I think I'm a little bit older than you guys. So for me, of course, my greatest memory of Wenger was the Invincibles. It was a pleasure to watch that team. Not only did we win titles, we won titles at Old Trafford, we won titles at White Hart Lane. As a fan, honestly, it couldn't get any better than that. I mean, going to school and being able to banter your mates, it was unbelievable. I'll always cherish those moments.
Mine was a weird one. I always enjoyed his press conferences after the game when he'd come out and say, "I didn't see it," because it was always coming, but it was just like it was one of those funny things. Like
That's true, man.
You just wanted to see what his deflection tactic would be to something, and he's like, "I didn't see it," and it was just the most typical point, but it just always say it, and it would always work. It was like LeBron James with that move; it always works. But yo, Azam, what about you? It's not like he's passed away or anything. It's just his birthday. We're commemorating him. Big up to him, man. Happy birthday to Arsene Wenger, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Look, for me, look, you know my thoughts on Wenger. You know the way he left, but look, I'm not gonna say anything negative because it is his birthday, and I wish him a happy birthday and many more happy returns. And I pretty much echo on the things that Mo said because you know I'm guessing me and Mo are of a similar generation, and yeah, all the ones that he stated, I pretty much echo. And look, you know, what you just highlighted there, Gal, like Wenger for me, he's old school in that sense where, you know, even at times where the team played poor, he wouldn't throw any of the players under the bus. So like I respected that. Like he kind of, so like wherever he said in his post-match interviews, I'm sure he didn't feel like that, you know, in the dressing room, you know. And I don't know if you guys have noticed. I think there's going to be or like a documentary film about to be released soon about him. And in that trailer, like Vieira said something where along the lines where you know, for a man who would protect his players, why would you not want to die for him? You know, so like that just says it all. So, and like Vieira is arguably one of our best captains in our club's history. So, you know, for someone like of his status, his legend, come out to say something like that about one of our greatest managers says it all, man. But yeah, man, like, happy birthday to him. Let's hope his birthday brings us some luck for tonight.
There you go. I think I sent you guys the wrong link in the first time. My apologies, Lisa and everybody else. I just seen your message. But yeah, let's get back to the lineup now. Let's finish up this lineup. So I've put Lokonga in here, but I feel like you guys all disagree. So let's take out Lokonga and let's put in Nenny. Is that what you guys are going with?
Yeah,
Because
that's my
that's
prediction.
what I originally had. I originally had El Neni. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I personally think El Neni is gonna start this game. I think El Neni is the guy that we're gonna be playing in the midfield next to Thomas Partey, because we've tried Lokonga over the past couple of weeks, and it hasn't really been a solution. So try something new, change it up. And El Neni is very safe. And you know what? It's always a hint when the manager starts mentioning players' names that haven't been in and around the mix lately. You know he's about to play him. So I'm thinking El Neni. What are you guys saying?
I agree. I will bring El Nani in. I think we need a bit of defensive security next to Partey. And I feel like the 4-3-3 that we're trying to do currently, Odegaard and Smith Rowe are 2 10s, and they are struggling to play as 2 8s. So this is why Partey is left on an island by himself, and I think El Nani will address that.
Do you guys think El Neni is better than Lokonga at the moment as an option?
Yes, because defensively, his positioning is far better than Lokonga defensively.
And I think experience definitely comes out in the sense where he would know when to defend, he would know when we're going to attack. And I think in most of the spaces that we're in, Gal, I would always say that Lokonga and Partey are like midfielders. They kind of think more so. So that's why there's just a bigger gap in the midfield, and it's a lot easier to bypass us through that.
Okay. Aslan and my guy Jonathan, do you guys just both agree? Thumbs up. You agree, El Neni?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not El Neni's biggest fan, but I do feel that he does need some minutes. Today's his day to come in into that midfield, like just kind of like give Partey that freedom, to go forward and let El Neni do the defensive duties in that midfield. So I agree with that. Yeah.
And my guy Jonathan on daddy duties. What are you saying?
You got I don't know my from me, bro. Let's be reminded, El Neni is the said player that lost 3-0 to Aston Villa last year. He was a part of that. Bro, I do not like shit players, and for me, El Neni is one of them. And bro, not because Lokonga lose the ball once, that means he's suddenly shit and he's not ready. Please be reminded, El Neni has been shit for 5 years, and he has lost the ball countless of times, which the team has scored. So I'm not going to throw Lokonga in the dumps and replace with El Neni, because I already seen what El Neni gives, and he has been shit for 5 years. So he will never be in my team. I would start Partey, Lokonga, and Ainsley in my midfield 3, and I would drop Smith.
Okay. So you're saying Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think majority wins, and I personally was going to go with El Neni and Partey. Now, in the 10, I want to know Odegaard or Smith Rowe, because I'm playing Smith Rowe over Odegaard, and I'm going to give Odegaard a little bit of a benching just for this one game. What do you guys think? Are you guys benching Odegaard or Smith Rowe? Or who are you playing in the number 10 position?
I agree with you, Egal. I'm also benching Odegaard, and I'm gonna stick with Smith Rowe, and I'm gonna bench Odegaard.
Anyone want to play Odegaard over Smith Rowe at the moment?
No. Dizzy, cover your ears. You don't want to hear this.
I say.
Go ahead, Lisa.
No, I say Odegaard is number 10. I just don't really see Smith Rowe as a number 10. I just don't think that he's generally ready for it. I think that to play that role is just out of his depth. I think that he's more of like a left wing, and he's a ball carrier. So I think there's a lot of traits that you generally need to have in the bag to play that formation, the position. Sorry.
Yeah, Jonathan, pure facts. People are loving your comments. What are you saying, Odegaard or Smith Rowe?
As I already stated, I would drop both, but if I have a choice, I would play Odegaard at the number 10. Reason why, I've watched a lot of Curtis Shaw, and just go on Twitter or YouTube, whichever, and you will see a clip of the times Emile Smith Rowe have a simple pass to play in one of the players, and he hold on his head and take a shot. And that is not a number 10, bro. Odegaard has been playing as a pivot, mostly as of late, and that is not his game. So Arteta is already killing his own player game. And for me, if I have a choice, it would be Odegaard, because I feel more confident if Lacazette or any one of the strikers or wingers is going through, he would maybe pick them out of Smith Rowe.
Okay, so you're the only person, or was it also Lisa who wanted Odegaard? Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 2-2. I'm the deciding factor, and I want ESR. But people in the comment section, if you want Odegaard, let me know. ESR is the best player in our team. What are you man on? 3-4-3 ESR, Aubameyang, Saka, Partey, Lokonga, Tavares, left wing back, right wing back, Gabriel. What? Oh, okay. I'm confused. Oh, Ainsley Maitland-Niles. That's what he said. Okay. ESR is, oh man, my guys went in on ESR. Okay, let's just say agree to disagree there for now. Can we all say Pepe is going to start this game because Saka's injured? Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
For me, I would honestly go with Martinelli.
Okay, on the right. On the right.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the right.
I me and Pepe's relationship and I is just done.
What about
I
you,
want
Mo?
that man to hold the bench.
Are you starting Martinelli on the right?
Yep. I would honestly prefer.
Okay, guys, we need to have this conversation. Arteta doesn't play Martinelli. What makes you think he's gonna pick him over Pepe?
No, that's my personal choice. I just generally don't want to see Pepe until he's playing a good 20 minutes. I'll take it, but a whole nearly 80-minute or like 60-minute starting the game, I can't deal with it anymore, to be honest.
I think Pepe is a bigger goal threat than everybody else on our team so far this season. If you look at the way he actually played, he created three of our goals. He didn't finish them off, but he was a big part in creating those goals.
But for me, yes, as much that's really good that he creates the goals and everything like that. But if you watch him, it's just the basics that I just generally don't like. And it's on top of that, even if we have like a momentum that we're going, he kind of shuts everything down to the point it's so frustrating. Even if we have like a nice build up where we're actually getting somewhere, it's like the first touch, the simple thinking, just the right decision making in that time being in the final third when we're there. It's just so frustrating. It's to the point where it's kind of affecting us. I don't want him to keep missing.
What is your front three if you're gonna play Martinelli on the right? Who are you playing on the left?
Smith and Aubameyang in the middle.
Okay, and Aubameyang in the middle, Odegaard in the 10.
Yeah.
So you're basically going with the similar team without Lacazette and without Pepe. Understood. So this is Lisa's team. This is what Lisa's team looks like right now, guys. If you can see that front three, that's what Lisa's front three is. Now, Mo, what would you change to this team?
I'll be very happy with that team. The only thing I would say is that Saka actually trained yesterday, and I believe he's been past fit to play. So I do expect to see Saka tonight. And if he does play, as I expect, it's going to be Saka on the right for me, and Martinelli on the left, and Smith Rowe in the 10. And Odegaard can sit on the bench because he's been really, really bad lately. Even though I agree that he's been playing in the pivot, which is not his position, but he's also having issues controlling the ball and keeping up with the tempo of the game. So I feel like
so this is your team.
This is my team, yes.
Okay, I understand that. So this is Mo's team, guys. This is Mo's team. Mo's team. This is what Mo's team looks like. Aslan, what is your team?
I would keep that, but the only thing I would change is remove Saka and start Pepe.
Remove Saka and start Pepe, and that's based on if he's injured.
Yeah, and he had a bad for me. He didn't really have a good half against Palace, to be honest. And yeah, it's just precautionary, to be honest with you. I mean, I understand what you said. What the medical team may have reported, that he's got a chance, but for me, I personally would want to give him a rest because that kick from MacArthur the other night, was shocking. So I would allow him a rest tonight, and yeah, just start Pepe. I feel Smith Rowe would be more suited for the 10. Erdegaard for me, he just slows down the tempo too much. You know, our transitions, you know, when we're in possession going forward, he just slows it down. And yeah, I agree. Like, was it Jonathan who said earlier, Smith Rowe, he has his head down too much, or he has too much of a eye for a goal, because there was that one key attack where Pepe was he was available on that right hand side. There was quite a bit of space for him to get in behind, but he didn't see the pass for whatever reason, shot from 30 yards. But hopefully he's done his homework this week and learned from that. And yeah, with Martinelli, look, what else does this lad still need to do, man? I mean, he's fit, he's healthy. Give him a run. He deserves it. And yeah, Aubameyang up top for me. And look, at the end of the day, we need some strength on the bench. So if Aubameyang, I don't know, for whatever reason, if his form dips or if he's not up to it, at least we can bring Lacazette off the bench. So yeah, I would go with that. Attacking.
Okay, call me crazy, Jonathan. Just before you go, call me crazy, but this is my team, guys. I'm blowing this whole thing up. I'm just going. 1 second. What am I doing? Where is it? Take out Lacazette. I mean, take out Aubameyang. Put Aubameyang there. I know we've tried this numerous times and it has not worked in the past, but I'm just saying, this is what I went with. And I know what you're about to say. Where is the creativity? How are we going to get the goals? I'm hoping that if you put the 3 guys who can score the goals in our team and you put them in the team together, I'm hoping that Lacazette can link up play with Aubameyang and Pepe, and they can find something, a moment of magic. And when I put Smith Rowe in there, Smith Rowe is another guy who can progress the ball and get into the final third. He might not be able to lay the ball off to everyone. Out of everyone on the pitch here, the person that I look at as the most creative person would probably be Pate. But with that team, that's the most likely to actually create and score goals. The rest of the players, they're not going to score goals. Do you think this is functionally possible to work? Do you think functionally this could work with Lacazette, Pepe, Smith Rowe, and Aubameyang on the pitch? Or do you think you need Odegaard in this team?
I think you need.
No, go for it,
Go ahead.
Jonathan.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
All right. I think you need Odegaard in this team because Aubameyang and Pepe is a runner, and you need a person that's going to pick out a pass. And for me, Odegaard would pick out a pass more than a Smith Rowe.
What about you, Lisa? What were you gonna say?
For me personally, I think it's unbalanced. You can't really have 2 strikers in that type of formation. And I think even Freddie, what's called the old manager before Arteta came in, he legit explained why that Aubameyang and Lacazette cannot coexist with each other. And as much as we're lacking in goals, it just doesn't make sense for me personally to have those type of players on top.
Igal, let me say something on that. Right?
Yeah.
You said that you cannot have 2 strikers on the pitch, right? One on the wing. Crystal Palace do it. Crystal Palace do. Remember, it was Benteke up top and Edward on the wing. So it showed that it's all about coaching. You see me, Igal? It's not about where the players play. They actually had 3 players that can play strikers on the pitch against us. It was Jordan Ayew, I think, on the right wing. You have a next striker on the left wing and a striker up top. So it's just all about coaching, bro. And the only time we see a bit of link-up play in that match, it was when Lacazette come on and you see Aubameyang popping off the pass with Lacazette, and we actually could create something. So that's just something.
I mean, just to add to what Jonathan said there, like to counter what Lisa said. I mean, I hear you, Jonathan. But But for me, the last time I saw that working with this, with that lineup was under Emery, and by doing so, under Emery's reign, we scored the amount of goals that we did. Aubameyang getting the golden boot that he deserved. But unfortunately, under Arteta, I just don't see it happening. Like some weird reason, that being our, one of the in the league's most expensive front line, he hasn't got it to click. So I just don't feel it will come good. Hence why I've gone with my formation. So
okay, and guys, final point of the night: Can Arsenal get bounce back? Can we bounce back after 2 draws? It's time for us to bounce back. Can we bounce back and get a win versus Aston Villa? That's my question to you. Not the scoreline, not anything else. Can we get the win? Yes or no? I'm gonna start with you, Mo. Yes or no? Can we get the win?
Yes, absolutely. I believe so.
There you go. Man, it said absolutely. Jasmine, what about you? Welcome for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Eagle. I was listening to your formation and your playing 11, and I 100% agree with that because when we won the FA Cup, our front three was Lacazette, Aubameyang, and Pepe, and Mikel hasn't tried that too often because if you see when the next season started, Willian came into the picture and Pepe was thrown out of the window, and we never tried Lacazette, Aubameyang, Pepe up top. I believe in the last season these three started together. I believe only 3 or 4 times. Which is shambolic. The front three which won you the FA Cup, you haven't tried that. And another reason why this is important is all 3 are goal scorers, and our midfield don't score goals. Odegaard doesn't score, Saka doesn't score enough goals, and Emil Smith Rowe doesn't score enough goals. So that's why I like this front three. So yeah, that is and one more thing about Bukayo Saka. I know he's a tremendous talent and everything, but he needs to add some goals to his game, because if you have to play for a club like Arsenal in the front three, you have to score more goals. You have to score more goals. If you aim to finish in the top 4 and you are playing in the front three, you have to score goals. Like you can't be.
Jasmine, the toughest question of the night: are we gonna win today?
I think it's gonna be another draw.
Come on, man! After all that, you gassed me up.
Yeah, because I don't trust Mikel. He's not gonna pick the lineup we want. He's gonna pick something silly. So yeah.
There you go. Lisa, please tell me you're expecting us to win.
Oh, yes. That's the only thing I want. I'm legit going to be staying up to 6 a.m. I need a win to kind of like a reward.
You're not going to go to sleep? Oh, shit. I just remembered. It's like 4 a.m.
No, it's 4 a.m. right now. I took a nap during the day because I knew the game was up early, and then I got to do the review for Mo. But yeah, I'm sick of the draws, but I think that the way we play the first like 20 minutes, anything like that, we're definitely capable of winning. It's just, if you're going to play that type of formation, you need to be comfortable knowing that you scored like 2-3 goals, and then take the foot off the brake and just kind of defend and pick your moments when to counter attack. But if you kind of just score only 1 goal in the first half, and then just disregard everything of like the simple basic things of pressing, sloppy passes and everything like that, then it's just one of those things. We know how the pattern works. It's just one of, as I said, bring another midfielder that can kind of control the tempo, or just kind of tweak the formation to kind of calm down the players. But it's just one of those things where I think the players are actually grown enough to do it for themselves. You can kind of guide or teach the players as much as you can, but once they're on the field, everything's in their hands. And I think most of us, or most of you guys have been talking like we're not scoring enough, it's all about the coaching. I think that when it comes to scoring, the coach can only put you in that position. Other than that, that's all on you. And Arteta can't really hold all of the attackers' hands and be like, here's the goal, you got to shoot here. So it's just basically on them to do the job, but they basically have it for the time being.
Okay, someone just asked me what's my team. I'm just gonna put my team on the screen so everyone can see it. But yeah, Aslan, take it away. Win or loss?
Look, my heart always says my team is always going to win. But again, I've got to give my prediction with my head, not my heart, and just based on our form into this new campaign, and with our latest display, I don't see us winning. If we're lucky, we could probably get a draw. But I can honestly see a defeat tonight. So, and it's like I feel sad actually saying that out loud, but that's honestly how I feel. I don't want it to happen, but I can see it happening.
Guys, I'm tired of draws. We've had 2 draws in a row. I'm tired of going the whole weekend just getting bantered. If we win today, we can know for the next 2 days or maybe 7 days, we don't have to worry about nothing but peace and calm. That's all I want. I want us to win. I want us to win in a convincing manner. But what I expect to happen is for it to be tight and for us to get a 2-1 nick it at the end. And everyone's going to say we were lucky. We didn't deserve the win. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't care. If we deserve it, if we don't deserve it, as long as we win, it's a results game. I'm taking one game at a time. I want to win this game. Even though I don't think the manager is the right guy, I want us to win every game. Personally, that's just how I am. So even if you want the manager out, if you want the manager in, whatever you are, you should want us to win the game, but you can expect us to do something else. Obviously, if that's just my thing. I expect all of us to say we expect our team to win, but what we think is going to happen is different, right? Jonathan, what are you saying?
It's really complicated, bro, because Aston Villa, we haven't beat Aston Villa in the last 3 matches. We haven't even scored a goal. And
3 matches.
Aston Villa haven't been playing really good. They have played good, but they have given up a lot of goals. And they're actually scoring. They are scoring goals, which we are not. And we already know who is the better manager, being Smith. So if on the day the 2 sides turn up, the better manager turn up, I think that's where it's going to, that's where you're going to be turn up. Hopefully we win, because, bro, we should not be complaining about Aston Villa at home. And the fact that we are wondering, we are not sure what's going to happen, is show where the manager actually take us. So hopefully, the players live off you have Arsene Wenger birthday today. Hopefully them show some grit and win for Arsene Wenger and win for themselves. So hopefully we get a win, because, bro,
there you go. Guys, I'm going to be back at 7:30. Big up to Lisa, Mo, Aslan, Jonathan. Guys, I'll be doing a match reaction tomorrow. I won't be doing it tonight because I will not have any time. I start work at 10 o'clock after my live stream at 7:30 till 9:30. Once the game's over, I won't be doing a match reaction on the channel. I might do a match reaction tomorrow around, I'll say what time? What time tomorrow? Maybe 9, 10, and 8, 9. We'll do it around that time. So we'll do a match reaction tomorrow. If Mohammed or Lisa or Aizlan, you want to join in, or Jonathan, tomorrow we're doing a match reaction. I know, Lisa, that's going to be too late for you probably, or too early. I don't know which one. But yeah.
No, I have work around 8, so I think I should be up.
On a Saturday?
Yeah. I work on the weekends now. Yeah, we're out of lockdown, so.
All right. Peace out, everyone. Big up to the guests, and I appreciate all the people in the comment section, and shout out to you guys. And today I got an email from a Chelsea fan saying some crazy shit. These guys are actually rattled. But yeah, world's crazy.
I was going to say something, but they might come for me, so I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah, yo, peace out, guys. What's going on, everybody? I need you guys to go check out my channel and subscribe if you're new. And don't forget to subscribe, hit that button.